Rocket League is back. But how does a nearly 11-year-old game suddenly have over 1 million concurrent players? Unless you've been living under a rock for the past month, you know top streamers like Jynxzi, Lacey, and even myself are all playing the game again. But why? Why now, nearly 11 years after the launch of this game, is it now blowing up again? How does a game this old suddenly reach the top of the charts? To figure out that answer, we need to go back in time, back to 2015. When Rocket League first launched, the game back then was surprisingly similar to how it is now. The mechanics of driving, boosting, and flying haven't changed one bit. And honestly, that's what makes Rocket League so unique. There are no pay-to-win features, you can't buy better cars, you can't purchase wins. The only thing you can buy is cosmetics. That means every single player at the top has earned their spot. Those players have no advantage over you except for their commitment to the game, just pure skill. But that doesn't still answer the question, why now? You see, most multiplayer games don't survive a decade. They explode in popularity, everyone grinds them for a year or two, and then they slowly fade out. Developers start adding overpowered or overcomplicated items, the meta gets stale, and then new games come out that are similar, and players move on. Some games try to stay alive by constantly changing everything, new mechanics, new systems, and sometimes that works, but a lot of the time, it just burns people out. But Rocket League didn't do that. It did the opposite. They've barely changed the game over the past 11 years, and somehow, that's exactly why it survived. Because what if I told you this wasn't the first time that this game's blown up? We've seen this before. Back in 2020, Rocket League was bought by Epic Games, and soon after it went free to play. Suddenly, a game that was locked behind a paywall was available to everyone with a console or PC. Just like that, the player base had exploded. For me, and millions of other players, that was the moment we jumped back in. But here's something I didn't mention earlier. I actually played this game back in 2015 when it first launched, and technically, it was free for me. Because if you had PlayStation Plus that month, Rocket League was one of the free games that month. PlayStation Plus runs a monthly promotion where paid games become free for subscribers. And that's when it clicked. The same way I randomly discovered Rocket League back in 2015, a whole new generation was discovering it in 2020. History was repeating itself, just on a larger scale. So when Rocket League officially went free to play in 2020, it didn't just feel like another update. It felt like a second chance for the game, a chance to relive something I hadn't thought about in 5 years. So I downloaded it on my PC, plugged in my controller, and hopped right into rank. I'd forgotten how fun this game really was. There's nothing else quite like it. Back then I grinded every single day, and after nearly 500 hours, I'd finally hit champ. I was so proud of myself, I'd accomplished my goal, I could finally relax. So I did. I grew up. Rocket League, it was left behind. But here's the thing about Rocket League that most people don't understand. You can play for 50 hours and feel decent, you can play for 500 hours and hit champ, or you can play for 5,000 hours and still be learning new mechanics. The skill ceiling in this game is basically infinite. There's always a faster kickoff, a cleaner air dribble, a smarter challenge, a better rotation. You're not grinding for loot or experience, you're grinding for mastery. That's why coming back to this game feels amazing, because the skills you learned years ago are still viable today. And sure, you might be a little rusty, but after just a few games, you can get those moves back. Now fast forward to 2026. Out of nowhere, Jynxzi starts playing Rocket League on stream. Clips start going viral, the viewership spikes, and suddenly, we're over 1 million active players again. A dying game gets revived overnight, and just like so many others, I got back into the game too. I remember the joy I had years ago playing it, and now I'm addicted again. The game brought back childhood memories, and now I get to experience it alongside massive streamers. It's amazing. But here's the problem. I'm washed. I used to be champ 2, and now I can't even get past diamond 2. Playing in platinum tournaments, missing shots I used to hit easily, was humbling. But that's the thing about Rocket League that makes this game so fun, is that being rusty doesn't make you want to quit. It makes you want to grind even harder. It makes you want to climb back to the peak that you had once reached and get even better than you had been before. So I set a new goal for myself, reach champ again. Right now, I've only made it back to diamond 2, but I'm not stopping there. And that's what makes Rocket League special. No matter what rank you are, there's always another level to reach. Maybe it's tightening up your rotations, learning a new dribble. Maybe it's finally hitting an aerial you've been practicing in free play for hours. Improvement in this game never runs out, and that's why they keep pulling us back in. Rocket League isn't back just because streamers picked it up, and it's not because it went free to play. It's back because it rewards effort. It builds discipline. It forces you to fail, adjust, and try again until you finally break through. That's something rare in modern games. And honestly, that's why it will never truly die, because there's nothing else quite like it. So whether you're stuck in platinum, grinding through diamond, or chasing grand champ, queue again and push yourself. Because Rocket League isn't about flying cars. It's about getting knocked down a rank and having the effort and energy to queue again anyways. It's about missing an aerial and staying in free play until you can hit that shot. It's about setting a goal, falling short, and deciding you're not going to quit. And honestly, that's bigger than just the game. Because Rocket League isn't just about ranking up. It's about proving to yourself that you don't give up when adversity strikes. And that lesson carries far beyond just the game. And that's why Rocket League is back. Thanks for watching.